Really quick, everybody, this entire video will be timestamped, so if you don't want to watch the link and jump straight into a different topic, please check the pinned comment or check the little red bar right down below you. Again, this entire video will be timestamped, and I appreciate you guys watching whatever part that you liked, and if you're sticking around, everybody, hello and welcome back to the video. If you're new here, my name is Kyle. I'm your guy with too many YouTube channels, and this is the Talk at Clen series we do on the channel. This is where I hop in the Discord. If you're new, by the way, pin comment, description down below, join the Discord. We'd love to have you here. And we make a video from all of your opinions, where this is where I say, hey, give me a statement, give me an opinion on something. We've been talking a lot about Fortnite storylines, but we also talk about gaming and pretty much anything. We can talk about anything at all, but we've been mainly talking about Fortnite lately. With that being said, though, let's get straight into the first one. The disrespect animation gets nowadays is insane, which can largely be seen with HBO and Netflix. To name an example, canceling Inside Job Season 2 despite it being well received, not to mention that they have even greenlit Season 2 previously. I don't know much about that specifically, but it is true. A lot of people don't like animation. There's a lot of hate, and I've realized that, by the way, since I started watching like anime shows. The people just automatically, and I was kind of there with you. I was kind of like, you know what, it's a little weird, but still, it's so good, and it's just another way of telling things. And like the animation from Arcane, which is a show that I just finished, is absolutely fantastic. More people need to watch it, I'm telling you, man. I completely agree, Mark, but I don't know specifically about Inside Job. It's true, though. It's just flat-out disrespect the shows get all the time. Moving on, not really a storyline theory as much as a storyline confrontation, and that confrontation is talked about by the ramifications of taking out IO. Now, to start off, it wasn't until Chapter 3, Season 3 with Clark's videos that I started to think about the consequences of taking out the IO in favor of the 7. Now, one thing I would like to call out is how we choose a rag team of resistance led by a hothead to govern the island. Meanwhile, we destroyed a faction of people who understood the consequences of setting the 0 point free and stuff along. Not to mention they had controlled reality for thousands of years versus the 7 who not only had control of the Chapter 3 map. Now, I'm sure you can see where this is going, but I think the storyline is now just showing us the ramifications and consequences to IO not being the ones in charge of things. I mean, think about it this way. It was probably IO who were the ones that kept the Nothing at bay. It was IO who held the reality together for a good few millennia. It was IO who governed the island before we got there and did their best to keep their threats away from the 0 point. As much as the story twists IO into a villain, in actuality, it was them who kept the dangers like the Nothing away from the island. I mean, if we took back to the Herald, she was probably watching us fight IO with the 7, in which she could have easily attacked us. Sorry, guys, my monitor's a little bit far away from me here. But I think the last reality knew how dangerous the IO were despite their cowardly appearance during the Chapter 2 end event. Everything IO's done was not just for the greed of power or control, but it was from the Omniverse and best interests. Geno was on a timer once he mastered the 0 point, and that timer was to protect and perfected everything before IO slept out of control and the Nothing's final plans of terror happened. In all, IO were doing what they had to save the Omniverse despite their questionable choices. I see what you're saying, and this honestly wouldn't surprise me a little bit if Epic did take this direction of the story, because they have misled us with so many different things, and to find out that the IO were actually good guys in all of this would be very surprising. But I don't think that we would find out that, I don't know, it's tough. We wouldn't find out, and then people like Jonesy, the people like the 7, I have a hard time seeing them become villains in the story. Maybe it would turn out like, hey, you know what? We all want what's best for the Fortnite, for the island, for the 0 point, for the Omniverse, you know what I mean? I think that's where they might take it. But it's true, the IO, it could be argued that they're the good guys. Let's move on, though. Imagine a Forza Horizon 5 x Fortnite collab. In Forza Horizon, you can drive the Fortnite reality in Forza Horizon 5. I'm not too familiar with that game, but I know it is very popular and a lot of people would like to see it, so I'm sorry I can't really comment on that. It'd be really cool to see, though. This 0 point stuff really needs some new information. I get it that it's mysterious, but I want to know more about the literal existence ball. Chapter 4 better give us new context. It's true, I'm sure they'll go into it a little bit more. I feel like they could do a whole comic series on this stuff, man. But if this is like a prequel and leading up to what could come of the Fortnite storyline, I could see them diving a little bit more into what the 0 point is. Eventually, man, as a storyline continues going, I can see it coming true. Like us knowing more about the 0 point and its existence. Fortnite needs to update the shop backgrounds for older icons. It feels super out of place seeing Alia, Cypher, and Chica get custom backgrounds, but Ninja, Loserfruit, Lachlan, Laserbeam, the Gref G, and Booga not get them. I actually never really paid attention to that. Maybe it's because I don't scroll around the icons too much unless it's brand new, but honestly, I agree with you. I just don't know what you're talking about, to be honest. I've never really paid attention, but it's true. Now that I have this in mind, I will definitely, it will probably be out of place for me as well. If there was a Sonic collab in Fortnite, would you think that there would be a mythic Chaos Emeralds and Sonic's running shoes that will give you super speed? Sonic shoes would actually be a really good idea for a Sonic collab. That'd be really fun, but it'd be really overpowered because it'd have to be really fast, man, if you're going to do it right. Interesting. I can see the Chaos Emeralds being a mythic, but what would it really do? Maybe it could just turn you all yellow into a super form. I think that's a way they could do it. That's off the top of my head. I think that's pretty good. But I don't know about the shoes. Maybe you could get the rings that like Shadow wears or something. You could use Chaos Control, or maybe the fake Emerald from Sonic Adventure 2. Then you could like use Chaos Control teleports in places. If you want to dive into Shadow the Hedgehog, you could get Chaos Blast, which would be really, really cool. It'd be so overpowered. Destroy all the builds around you, destroy all the structures. I think that'd be great. Chaos Control could make you like teleport somewhere. There's a lot of possibilities. I don't know about the shoes specifically, but it'd be really fun to see. But the Mythic Chaos Emeralds, there's always a possibility for. I like that idea. Moving on, I had a theory about Season 2 recently that I did some research on, and I believe that may have figured out with what a few skins in the next Battle Pass could be, as well as what the main theme of the season is. If this is going where I think it's going XY, I think I know where it's headed. To start off, I believe the main theme of Season 2 will be ancient Japanese mythology. That's what I was talking about. I've talked to you a couple times about this. Anyways, it's style season for this 2 reasons. One, we know that the Reality Wars and Brutal Bastion exist, and I believe that Geno used to be the old leader of the Oathbound before leaving to create the IO, and in doing so, left the Ageless in his place to fill the role of a new leader. However, due to his default at the hands of the 7 and the distraction of the IO, we knew Geno was only going to try to protect the 0 point from outside threats, such as the Last Reality and the Nothing, because now both IO and the 7 have either been captured or destroyed. Geno knows that the Oathbound alone will not be enough to protect the 0 point against the Nothing. After he instructs Rift Warden to build a Rift Gate and use it to bring the Reality Warriors back together one by one in order to unite them again to prepare for the Nothing's arrival. I also believe the leader of this Japanese-style faction will be this skin, which I would imagine you guys can screen on the video. I can see it down below. Anyways, sorry. This is because this skin has been in the works for quite some time, and we also know it is in development right now. Another reason I believe this is to be the leader is because her clothes are in the exact same colors as Daimo, ancient Japanese leader. I'm not familiar with that, sorry. Would wear during that time period known as Ishobi or Junitoi. I'm not familiar with those terms. I apologize, guys, if I hope me having a problem reading on my farm monitor here and not knowing the Japanese terms is still enjoyable. Anyways, we know that this is possible due to bamboo beginning to grow close to the Citadel, and the Rift Gate as well as being the throne POI in the works, which I believe will be likely to be some sort of ancient Japanese palace, likely replacing the Citadel. That makes a lot of sense, honestly. As for the other Battle Pass skins, I believe the Anvil Square will be replaced by Tilted Towers, as we know Tilted is currently in the files, true, and will likely release soon, so maybe the skin is the most wanted poster, will be some sort of crime lord within Tilted, and that's where the cops and robbers speculation lies. That was posted, of course, as a few of these two were posted, or like wrote in the Discord before this whole Heist event came out. It's always possible that the Heist theme continues in Season 2, but maybe we could just ignore that one. Even if we ignore this, and say this is what's going on with the Heist right now, all of this still kind of makes sense. And finally, as for 2 collab skins, I believe the first one will be Yugi from Yu-Gi-Oh! Because there's currently a gym POI in the works due to Nintendo's restrictiveness. I believe it is unlikely to be a Pokemon collab. That's actually very interesting. So perhaps Epic is looking at the next big thing, which would be Yu-Gi-Oh! Since anime skins are so popular, and Yu-Gi-Oh! Is one of the most popular and expensive anime's IPs currently. That would be so hype. Anyways, I could talk about that forever. As for the secret skin, if we look at the previous Season 2, it only lasted 77 days, which means Season 2 would roughly end around May 27th. So if you take a few weeks away from that date, roughly around that time the secret skins will release, it will be roughly around May 3rd to May 5th, which makes me believe the secret skin will likely be Drax from Guardians of the Galaxy, since he is the last member of the Guardians we do not currently have, and the 3rd film is set to release on May 3rd, also because the actor who plays Drax will likely be done with Marvel after this film, after recent interviews. All of that, XY, I can see that coming true. I got really excited when you talked about Yu-Gi-Oh! I grew up with Yu-Gi-Oh! Still love all that stuff. I've watched, like, I spent so much time in my childhood watching the anime shows. It's so good. I played the game. Every once in a while, I'll still hop on Dueling Nexus and just play a game with my brother. It's really, really fun. I would love that collab. But ignoring all of that together, this makes a lot of sense. You've been talking about that ancient Japanese, like, mythology theme. If that ever comes true, I'll be like, man, that is a wild call. Regardless, why does this all make sense, dude? You know what I mean? It all makes so much sense. Let's move on, though. I hope the Raptors will return soon. Ever since they added the animal riding, I have been wanting for us to be able to do the same with Raptors. That would be really fun. And we had a reply from here and make them more dangerous because now they're like a fly and they don't do. Same with boars, wolves, and chicken. They should do much more damage and add new wildlife too. Completely agree with both those. I love the Raptors. I thought they were great. The Raptors they were a little dangerous, but not like life-threatening. They were just, if a wolf or boar was attacking you, it was absolutely no big deal. The Raptors you'd actually take care of, but they wouldn't really kill you. Does that make sense? I hope they buff them and add them back. Most importantly, it'd be fun to ride those. Let's move on again. To anyone thinking about Oathbound Slone as a possibility, that's dead wrong. She joined Geno when Geno was IO well in its development. As seen clearly in this picture of her shaking Geno's hand, we know it's Geno because he looks like a merge of Zero War Geno and Ageless, likely a middle point. Also, Clen, I'm still okay. I don't know. I would imagine if you posted that, you're okay with everybody knowing, but still, hope everything goes well with the elements. I really, really do. So I'm glad you're here. Regardless, I'm glad you're here for now. Sorry, I was a little bit skeptical on whether or not I should read that, but then I was like, oh, this whole thing's going public, so I guess it's okay. Anyways, I don't know, man. You don't know when they met. I don't know if I agree with this one. Maybe this is just Slone like getting promoted or something. Like what's to say that this is the first time she's met Geno, or she first joined IO? I don't know. I'm not too sure I buy this one, but it's a possibility. I wouldn't say that's dead wrong, but it makes sense what you're saying. And the next one too is about Slone. Why does she look so goofy? We should talk about her smiling. It looks strange on such a bad person. Hey, you know what? If you watched the whole video and you didn't skip until now, so you know what? Maybe Slone's not the bad person. Who knows? But it does look goofy, to be honest. It's a little bit of a weird picture. Clen, I have a theory about the Nothing and how Save the World can help. So we know the Nothing is the Shapeless. Do we? Do we know that? I don't know. Maybe there's a Shapeless man that we're thinking about. The male, as a male, but he uses when we speaking. I think I know more of his powers. In Save the World, there's a mission called Signal Strength, and you have to search for the source of the Nothing. And while doing so, Ray and Locke get depressed and don't care about anything. I feel like the Nothing is a person and a presence. You will feel the Nothing. Nothing matters. Nothing will remain. I don't have too much else to add that. That makes a lot of sense, actually. I wouldn't be surprised if that came true. Let's move on again. Herald Tree is rising off the ground. This could be related to the Amy quest. So, the theory that the Seven is trapped in the mothership after them turn into Crone can be further proven. So, the Shapeless Man could be related to the Nothing. The Nothing could be the Black Hole, and the Shapeless Man is the person in the Bites quest from Chapter 3, Season 4. Yeah, I don't know if the Herald Tree rising off the ground would be just a bug, or is it actually rising off the ground? I'd have to hop on game and check that out, and then I could get back to this theory. Regardless, it's interesting. And guys, we're going to touch on this one quickly because it might be proven false. Speculation, I think all the medieval parts on the map will be upgraded because the Oathbound has access to the kinetic ore, and maybe that could lead to high-tech vaults and tech POIs that could lead to a heist crime agency for Chapter 4, Season 2. It makes sense. I wouldn't say it's completely out of the question, though. Yeah, you know what? We have an event right here with a heist theme. It could still be brought into Chapter 4, Season 2, especially with the whole heat mechanic. They're making a big deal about this mechanic for just a few days, you know what I mean? It's probably just for the event, but you know what? This could come true too. Let's move on again. I had this theory for a while. Looking at the skin who was theorized to be a Last Reality member, his face looks very similar to the Origin. So, what if he is the father, and he could be like the Cube Emperor or something? It would also make a lot of sense if there was someone even higher ranking than the Origin, or else, why would he have a king run away without even trying to change Last Reality for the better? And if not, the fact that someone with more influence would have stopped him anyways, or who knows, maybe this is supposed to be the Corrupted by the Nothing Origin skin. Mark, that's an interesting theory you got there. But now that you mention it, I feel like this could be just the Corrupted Origin skin. I feel like that's more likely, but I don't know. I don't know how much I believe that one. A little bit of a stretch, that one, but it could be a Corrupted. I like the idea for a Corrupted Origin skin. I think Fortnite should make music packs based off the music you hear when buying the Battle Pass. Those tracks are some of my favorites in the entire game, and I'm kind of surprised they haven't done it yet. They made music packs out of emotes, event, and even cinematic trailer music. I would buy them in a heartbeat if they were to make them. I never actually thought about that. Yeah, they don't make music packs for that, do they? It makes sense. Yeah, I don't know. They would just make money from it, and it's just putting an audio file in the lobby, so it's not like it's costing them any money. Yeah, I think they should do that. I agree. Can I just say that this update is a huge W, and all this probably because Apex launched a new season. Competition really makes games push themselves for the better. It's so true. It's so true. Healthy competition is great, and I don't know if Fortnite just pushed this out for that reason. Maybe they did. They probably did for the timing, but I mean, this is something that they were probably working on at the same time. But yeah, the whole update's fantastic. I made a whole video just talking about how great it is, so I can repeat all that, but I'm not going to ramble on about it. It's just, I'm really enjoying the update. I'm really enjoying the game right now. It's fantastic. And moving on, the only non-gaming one for today, unless there was another one. Oh yeah, there was an animation one. I think the Super Bowl was pretty good. The halftime show could have been better though. Yeah, Rihanna didn't really do much with the halftime show, but the Super Bowl was good. The Super Bowl is always a fun watch. You know what I mean? How'd you guys like it? Who are you rooting for in the Super Bowl? I always like watching it. I don't catch up with football too much, but you can't go out without watching the Super Bowl. But guys, that's all I got for you. Thank you so much for watching this video, and thank you for participating, everybody. If you are new here and you enjoyed this video, check the description and Discord, in the pinned comment. You can join Discord, help us make videos, tell me something, give me an opinion. We've been talking about the Fortnite storyline theories lately. Again, thank you so much for helping me make these videos, guys, and thank you so much for watching this video. If you are new here and enjoy the content, please consider hitting like button, would help the channel a ton, and subscribe if you are brand new. Check the description down below for links to all my other channels. If you'd like to be a channel member, you can join, and you could potentially win V-Bucks at the end of the month or win a giveaway, and you can skip the line to play with us during live streams. Also in the description down below, you'll find a link to Real Ember on 5 Real. Take care of all of your YouTube thumbnail needs. Remember, guys, thumbnails are the most important part of the video. Let Real Ember take care of that for you. And lastly, if you'd like to use my supporter creator code in the item shop, it is code CLEN. #anime, #epic partner. Thank you so much for watching again, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.